Hi, this is Mr. Finlayson with another revision video for GCSE Religious Studies, the AQA exam. In this video, we're going to look at the Afterlife and Judgement part of the Christian beliefs paper. So the afterlife is largely regarded as heaven, hell and purgatory. It is what comes literally after this life. Now, if we have a look, this is the task I set my students to summarize all Christian beliefs regarding the afterlife and start by mind mapping everything you know so far without looking at your notes. It's a decent little revision technique to get you started. These main areas, key concepts that we look at are judgment, heaven and hell, purgatory, sin and original sin, and I'll cover them very briefly in this video. To begin with, let's have a look at a Bible verse, Matthew 25 verse 35. It's a good idea to learn some verses, but if you can't remember them off by heart, at least know how to paraphrase them. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you invited me in. I needed clothes and you clothed me. I was sick and you looked after me. I was in prison and you came to visit me. So you might ask what the relevance of this Bible verse is. And it is regarding judgment. So part of this same verse is when the disciples asked, when did we do these things? And Jesus said, whatever you did for the least of my brothers, you did for me. This is proof of judgment. Okay, Jesus and God essentially will be judging the actions of the followers of Christianity. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes through the Father except me. So this actually brings two opposing points of view with regards to salvation and how to achieve salvation, which is the point I want to make. So when we look at salvation here, there are two sides of the argument. We are either saved simply because of Christ. Where's that one? That one there. What? All right, that's saved through grace. Or we are saved by doing good works. All right. Some people say it's not enough just to be saved because of Christ's sacrifice. Our salvation is at the hands of how good we are and our Christian duty. But other people will say the complete opposite, that Christ did everything and saved us. So that's salvation. Sin and original sin are interesting concepts. Sin ultimately are the thoughts and actions that separate us from God. But original sin is the idea that we are inbuilt with sin. All right. So when Adam and Eve disobeyed God in the Garden of Eden, God, the fall, right at the start of everything, that sin passed down into every human being. It's often why in some churches we have infant baptism as well, in order to save the infant who is a sinful creature. You bring them into the church. So original sin is believed by many Christians as well to be essentially saved or cured or restored in relationship with God through the sacrifice of Christ, through his crucifixion and resurrection. A couple of questions at the end here, or one question. Explain two Christian teachings about judgment and how they are tied in with salvation. Okay, hopefully that made sense. Seemed like a bit of a waffle, but it might help you. Cheers.